Hello there, welcome back. Pat Wong once again, and today let's talk about pure cardio. And to start off with, let's talk about the traditional way we've been told to do cardio. You know, the slow, boring method. You've probably realized that the slow, boring method leads to slow and boring results. But the world is slowly waking up and realizing this. In the past, we've been told to maintain a moderate pace, like a jog or maybe faster, and to maintain this for 40 to 60 minutes, usually somewhere between 4 to 5 times a week, although occasionally someone will say 3 times is enough. So, that's a range of 2 to 4 hours running every week. Ugh. Now, the reality is, the moderate route does do a good job of burning fat, percentage wise, if you look at the percentage of fat calories versus other sources that are burned. But that's what's confusing people and how myths were born. It's really inefficient in the long run if you're doing this to burn fat. It is great for endurance. But let me ask you a question. Do you have time for that? I don't. Are you even motivated to do that? But now, let's talk about the other side. On that side, we have intense cardio. And this can take a variety of forms, just like slow and boring cardio can take a variety of forms. People just tend to think of it more as running, or more specifically, sprinting. But you can do this with biking, you can do this on an elliptical, you can do this with a rowing machine. But the idea here, and I'll just use running as an example, is to do all-out sprints and bursts of extreme expenditure. So you want to do an all-out sprint until you can't sprint anymore, and do this as many times as possible, resting in between sets. But let's do a little comparison here. The slow, boring, and moderate way burns more fat calories by percentage, but overall it burns less calories. But then intense cardio burns less calories by percentage, but it burns more overall calories. And it has a tendency to burn calories after the exercise session is done. The moderate way is hard to sustain in the long run due to the time you have to invest, and the motivation to do it as often as you should. The intense cardio is harder to sustain within the session because there are only so many all-out bursts you can give before you collapse. And in the long term, it also takes more recovery time for the muscles used. Many people are not ready to start this, they're just way too out of shape for it. And it lends itself to overtraining, and that lends itself to injuries. So what should you do? Well, this is a revolutionary principle. Are you ready for it? I hope you're sitting down. Mix them. Within your cardio session, mix between moderate and all-out intense. This makes it more sustainable than purely intense cardio. You can keep going without stopping so no time is wasted. Your moderate times are just active recovery. Then you're ready to sprint off again, and you'll burn more in less time. The now classic book Body for Life has a good version of this. But once again, I do have to issue a warning. This is not for everyone, because not everyone is healthy enough to start this. You need to start somewhere, and moderate cardio is a better starting point. But even for that, get medical clearance first. And once you add the intense component, it becomes very taxing on the body. So I hope you found this information useful. I hope this changes your cardio for the good. This has been Pat Wong. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'll see you in the next video.